Did he ever suggest offering any sort of compensation to anybody to get them to go away or agree to leave Nichelle Nichols alone?
Objection, leading, argumentative.
He offered compensation for a particular person to come in and take over the contracting, and he became enraged when I did not agree to what he offered or wanted to happen.
So Nichelle Nichols' son wanted to offer his BFF compensation, the position to be an agent over Nichelle Nichols. If you have a best friend you know that allegedly she was stolen from, don't you think that you would offer your services to your friend's mother for free? Do you love her? Do you love her enough to do it for free is my question.
What was that, if you recall?
He wanted a non-practicing attorney to become the agent for Miss Nichols.
Hi, Sky Conway. Sky Conway is the individual the conservator is speaking about, that Nichelle's son wanted to work as Nichelle's agent, but he didn't have a license to do so.
That was not feasible because this individual did not have an agent's license. And
Objection, calls for expert information that is not, and lack of foundation.
It is my practice as a conservator to check the licenses of any professional to have some determination. And the individual voluntarily told me that he did not hold a license to be an agent, and that's a requirement in the state of California. So,
Objection misstates the law.
Really, Marvan? Misstates the law? Okay, so why don't you go over here to North American Performing Arts Managers and Agents. Then you can just go down here to California. Scroll on down. Where do we see California? California, a professional license is required for talent agents. Misstates the law. She's a PhD and she does this for a living, does it every day. When you say that someone has misstated the law in regards to needing a license for a talent agent, just contact the Department of Industrial Relations Division of Labor Standards Enforcement's Licensing and Registration Unit. Contact them and tell them in the state of California that you don't need a license to be an agent. Everyone knows that out here in the industry, Marvan.
So based on my analysis, I vetoed that as in the best interest of the conservative. Kyle Johnson routinely made threats against individuals, including myself and my team members. He was not exclusive, he was inclusive of his threats and his use of profanity against myself and other individuals.
What sort of threats do you recall him making about others or yourself?
I can't really recall any threats that he made against others. I can only recall the threats that he made directly toward me. There were
Can you tell me?
There were comments that he would get me, that he would fix me, that he would hurt me.
So this is the kind of guy anyone would want overseeing Nichelle Nichols, or anyone, especially after he was caught manhandling and cussing out his own mother. And this is only part of what I've had to carry concern for Nichelle about in the background, the son's temper.
Mother, we're going home. Mother, we are going home. No! Whoever is doing.
When did we normalize men placing their hands on women again? Oh, I see. Is that just okay to do for elderly women? All people have rights.
You have just done again what you did, which has destroyed your fucking life. Listening to that motherfucker.
And please don't tell me that she somehow deserves this because she's demented. That whole demented statement, that went out the door when all of a sudden Nichelle Nichols is working again on a film, which is great. That is exactly what I fought for her to be able to work and visit her fans and stay in her home. But what happened to that old defense that the Sun stated that Nichelle Nichols wanted to retire and that she was too demented to work? She's a human being and no one deserves to be spoken to like this. So why did the California court ignore this type of intense evidence? Why did the California courts punt their work off to another state? You got to ask yourself these questions.
Why would he say these things to you? What was the issue that he was having with you to threaten you in such a fashion?
Objection, speculation.
I can't, I do not know why he said those things. It appeared to me, based upon my experience as a conservator dealing with volatile family situations, that it was unprovoked anger. So during the latter parts of the meetings, in giving the reports and summaries, if he disagreed, he may explode in anger. So his disagreements were expressed in angry tones and profanity.
Did you ever witness any sort of emotional or verbal abuse towards Nichelle Nichols by Kyle Johnson?
I'm not prepared to call any of the actions that I observed as verbal abuse. I would characterize it as harshly speaking.
On how many occasions do you remember seeing or witnessing Kyle Johnson harshly speaking to Nichelle Nichols?
2.
Did you at any point reach an opinion as to whether Kyle Johnson was qualified to care for Nichelle Nichols as person or estate?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
Among the documents that I provided was a report that I presented to the judge and my counsel distributed to other counsels present. It was not formally filed. And in that report, I went into detail, including a table of incidents where I felt it was not indicated that it would be in the best interest of the conservatee to have Kyle in a conservatorship or trustee role.
Did the issue of selling Nichelle Nichols' assets ever come up with Kyle Johnson?
Yes.
Can you please tell me, Dr. Hawkins, in what context that came up?
Yes. We had an independent review in terms of whether the real estate had clear title, whether there was any obligation, and the manner in which the title was held. After that review, we were very concerned and felt that it was important to protect the conservative's financial interest to take certain action. And we did not feel that Kyle's reaction was not one that he wanted more detail, nor did he care to listen to the analysis. He was dismissive. And
Objection, speculation.
He was dismissive of us, as in walking away or getting off the phone. I would characterize that as dismissive.
Nichelle Nichols' assets didn't have to be sold. And who focuses on selling their mother's assets while they're still alive?